So the Supreme Court has decided to turn their focus to something really important. Very, very, very important. Not putting a stop to the criminal in chief, not cleansing this nation of the Republican scourge that has destroyed legality and justice in our nation. No. Not protecting minorities from the plots and schemes of racist, homophobic, sexist, psychotic conservatives. Oh no. They have decided to take on the daunting, terrifying, and valiant task of overturning landmark same-sex marriage ruling. Very brave. So brave. How does the Supreme Court do stuff like this? How? How do they undertake such difficult tasks? The Supreme Court formally asked to overturn landmark same-sex marriage ruling. Kim Davis, a former clerk who refused gay couples, not this lady again. Oh my God, I remember her from when I was a child. Oh my Lord. And her name is so NPC, Kim Davis. Oh my goodness. Kim Davis. Make this stop. The Supreme Court are a bunch of bitch-ass, pussy-ass, hoe-ass, lame-ass, suck-ass niggas. Donald Trump wrote an executive order claiming the legality of actions taken by the executive branch are to be interpreted by the executive branch and the president. Basically saying the Supreme Court's job no longer exists. Instead of growing a fucking set and actually stepping to the man who just basically fired you, you're concerned with bullying people, Pride Month ad, you're concerned with bullying people who can't defend themselves from you and Trump and his psychotic Congress. This nation recovering from this is going to be unreal. The Supreme Court are a bunch of, the seditious six specifically, are a bunch of fucking cowards. Cowards. A man basically tells you your job enshrined by the Constitution, given to you by the Constitution, that job is now null and void, declared null and void by him, and you just sit there and take it. Had Biden done it, had Obama done it, you would have been screaming and crying, but because it's Trump, you're silent. You actually believe the Supreme Court wants to be powerless? Of course they don't, but they tremble in fear before Donald Trump. And now they've now turned their attention toward victims that can't fight back. Let's read. 10 years after the Supreme Court extended marriage rights to same-sex couples nationwide, the justices this fall will consider for the first time whether to take up a case that explicitly asks them to overturn that decision. Kim Davis, the former Kentucky County Clerk who was jailed for 6 days in 2015 after refusing to issue marriage licenses to gay couples on religious grounds, is appealing a $100,000 jury verdict for emotional damages plus $260,000 for attorney fees. Why won't they just let me oppress people? In a petition for writ for a certiorari filed last month, Davis argues First Amendment protections for free speech of religion immunizes her from personal liability for the denial of marriage licenses. Why didn't you just why didn't you just have somebody else do it? If you don't want to do it because of your religion, why don't you just let someone else come along and do it instead? But see, what you want is to be able to not do it and also stop other people from coming along and actually helping these people get married. See, it's not about you and protecting, your dedication to your religion. It's about pushing that religion on others and making their lives miserable. Conservatives at their core are very cowardly, horrible people who seek to ruin other people's lives. More fundamentally, she claims the High Court's decision on Obergefell versus Hodges, extending marriage rights for same-sex couples under the 14th Amendment's due process protections, was egregiously wrong. See, she can't help herself. It's not about her being able to say, hey, I can't do this. It's about saying, hey, you can't do this. You, even if Kim Davis was never even, she, at the end of the day, she just wants to stop other people from living their lives. That's what it's about. She wants to be able to be left in peace to ruin other people's peace. This is what it means to be a conservative. That's what it means to be a conservative. She says the mistake must be corrected. She calls it legal fiction. This is a woman, by the way, who can vote. See, in her mind, depriving other people of their rights is cool. But if you deprive her of her rights, you're wrong. Marjorie Taylor Greene started ranting and raving about how conservative women are being treated in the party. What you mean to say is, I want to be able to oppress others without being oppressed. Why are you guys treating me different because I'm a woman? That's all it's about. She wants to be able to oppress others in peace. That's what it's all about. The petition appears to mark the first time since 2015 that the court has formally been asked to overturn the landmark marriage decision. So Kim Davis is just a dedicated hating ass bitch. Davis is seen as one of the only Americans currently with legal standing to bring a challenge to the precedent. My God. This is what these people do with their time. These people are watching a man destroy the Constitution, destroy this nation, destroy everything. And in their mind, that's perfectly fine. They're watching Donald Trump take their individual power, by the way. And instead of actually doing something about it, they'd much rather turn their attention toward, again, victims who they feel like cannot fight back. Kim Davis is a hater. She's a hater. I'm just keeping it real. Kim Davis is a fucking hater. Why do you care about what other people want to do with their lives? Who cares? If you don't want to perform if you don't want to do that task, if you don't want to do your job as a fucking clerk, have somebody else fucking do it, prick. If you don't want to give the marriage license out, if you don't want to issue it, then have somebody else do it. Don't nobody give a fuck about you. But again, the selfishness, the narcissism, it is a narcissistic political movement. Me. I'm white, I'm Christian, I'm conservative, I'm American. Me. And I want to be able to step on other people as I prioritize myself. It is a narcissistic, psychotic, sociopathic, weird-ass movement of prickheads who dedicate every waking moment toward ruining other people's lives. The Supreme Court are a bunch of fucking pussies. All this talk about bringing back traditional masculinity, you about to let this nigga take your job? He says that he interprets the legality of actions taken by the executive branch. Pussies. Punks. Fucking soft ass, bitch made ass fucking like, y'all gonna let Trump just bully you? Hey, bruh. Couldn't be me.